Hello, welcome to Dungeon Dwellers Podcast. I'm your host Justin. Today is our final review for Incel Month, aka Loner Cinema Month, which has been kind of a disaster, and I kind of canceled it for a while because a lot of the movies I wanted to watch for Incel Month, I couldn't get a hold of, and then so I fucking settled for something like Society, which didn't fit at all with it some month, or Loner Cinema month. Well, it kind of did in a way, metaphorically, but not really. So I decided, well, fuck it. I should at least do the movie I was saving for the end of Install Cinema Month, which is Blade Runner 2049, which is the sequel to the original Blade Runner by Ridley Scott, who was supposed to direct this movie, and thank God he fucking didn't, because there's a few interviews where like people talk about the original Blade Runner film, like a lot of the producers, and they talked about how Ridley Scott is kind of a dumbass because did he even read the book? I wonder, because like he for people who don't know, he wanted Harrison Ford's character Deckard to be like a secret replicant, which would not have made any fucking sense if you read the original book, which I have read the original book. The whole thing about the book is about like what does it mean to be human, right? And the replicants are the bad guys in that book if you read it, because for people who don't know, the whole world of Blade Runner is a post-apocalyptic society where like most of life on the Earth, besides from humans, went extinct, and like a lot of animals are endangered species, and because of that, a whole new culture was designed around life preservation, and like people are highly moralistic when it comes to life, right? They got rid of the death penalty. People don't eat meat anymore, and if you let your like a lot of people in the Blade Runner world, or like if you dream of Electric Sheep world, own pet animals, right? Which aren't too expensive. It's like a middle class thing. They aren't expensive as they portray them in the fucking movies, but they are kind of like like uh, a high class kind of. It is classy to own a pet animal, right? And like if you let your animal die, you're considered a immoral person, even if it's like the animal got sick or whatever, right? So like yeah, the whole point of that book is like you have this guy who goes around killing like Andes, aka the androids or replicants, and like he feels like less than human by doing so. So it's only when he realized that he gets in a relationship with replicant does he realize, and like battles the newer replicants, does he realize, hey, these things aren't people, they're fucking monsters, right? Because they kill people. Rachel killed like Decker's new goat that he got, like fucking threw it off the roof of his like apartment building that he was living in. Oh fuck. So yeah, so that's the whole point of like the book. It's like it's basically like a moral story, and like what does it mean to be human and shit like that. And the and apparently I don't know if this is true, but because like a lot of writers do this where like they'll have like a what they mean what the story is about, and then they'll change it. But apparently the replicants are supposed to represent Nazis or whatever. There's like a fucking radio interview with the creator Philip K. Dick, right? Which is why he disagreed. with Ridley Scott's vision. So thank God Ridley Scott did not direct this movie, which his son did direct the prequels. There are three prequels, or prologues for this movie. One's an animated movie called Blackout, and the other two are live action. The Blackout one's by Shinichiro Watanabe, which I think he was from Studio Manglobe and directed, I think he directed what was it called? Ergo Proxy, Witch Hunter Robin, stuff like that. Which Ergo Proxy is probably one of the better post 80s, post 90s cyberpunk TV shows. Because after the 2000s, cyberpunk, like after the 80s and 90s, cyberpunk and like Japanese anime went downhill for some fucking reason. I think it's because they abandoned the 80s aesthetic, the 80s punk aesthetic, and that's why. But I don't know. It just did, in my opinion. For the story for this movie. Oh, I should go on. I should talk about the casting. You have Ryan Gosling as Officer K. You have Harrison Ford as Rick Deckard. Ana de Armas as Joy. Jared Leto as Neander Wallace, aka the new Tyrell. Sylvia Hooks as Love. Mackenzie Davis as Mariette. And what's his name from the old movie is here. Fuck, totally just forgot his name. The guy who plays Admiral Adama from the new Battlestar Galactica. Fuck. Edward James Olmos. Yeah, he's in the movie as well, and he was in the original, right? And also Wood Harris is in the movie for one scene, and he gets top billing in like the credits. It's like, dude, like he was only in one scene. And you also have Jenny from Forrest Gump is in the movie as like Officer K's like boss. So the movie is basically it's a journey of discovery and being cucked by by destiny and all this shit. So the story for this movie is you have Officer K, who's a replicant. He's a new model of replicant, created by Neander Wallace, who, in the past, replicants, despite getting what they wanted, which was life extensions, right? They wanted to get rid of the 3-year lifespan, and they wanted open-ended life extensions. Despite getting that, they still fucking they still rebel and like have revolutions. So after that, it became illegal to fucking make replicants. But Leander Wallace showed off his new model of replicants that are 100% loyal to humans, right? And like one of the prologues, he shows off his replicant, and he gives the replicant like a choice: you or me. And the replicant kills himself, right? That's how, which showed that they were loyal, right? So like, despite that, there's still a resistance out there, right? Which they treat themselves as like slaves, and we gotta fight our masters. I would, despite the fact that people are racist against replicants, I would fucking love to be a replicant. You were perfectly designed to be good at your job that you were made for. Where like you have the alternative, where like you have where humans have free will and can do anything, but like that. What if you suck at everything? What do you do then? Oh, you're just fucked. Yeah, so like the story for this is Officer K tracks down an old replicant, kills him, and searches his place and finds a dead body. The dead body of Rachel from the first movie, who has showed signs that she gave birth. So obviously, this would be bad for humanity, because if if the replicants can reproduce, then they don't need humans anymore. But like, there's only one that can reproduce, but whatever, right? Yeah, the movie kind of does not make sense at certain parts of the movie, but whatever. Like, like the replicant resistance and Wallace both want the same thing, which is uh, they want replicants to reproduce, right? So it's like, should they not have like team up? There's like a, it would make more sense for the replicant resistance to hand over the child of Deckard and Rachel, which our main characters goes on a journey to find her, but gets confused during a conversation with her where he thinks that he is the child and that he is special because his holographic waifu, Anna de Armas Joy, told him so, right? Which there's a great scene where like she gets his girlfriend gets killed after kind of embarrassing him by like showing up and like begging one of the villains love to not kill off Kay and like that just proceeds to like piss love off and like kill Joy and later we see like Officer K is like walking through town. He sees like this giant holographic projection of Joy, right? Who's on which is like an ad, and like she's saying like she sees him, she starts interacting with him, and starts saying a lot of this shit that like that his Joy would say to him. So like there's like this great scene in like Ryan Gosling's face where he has this realization, which he secretly knew that like everything he felt for like Joy and everything she felt for him was bullshit, but like you just see his face and he's like, oh fuck. Oh man. Oh, love is a lie. Man, that was a great scene. But yeah, like after he realized, yeah, our main character gets depressed after he realized that he's not the kid, and he meets the resistance and wants resistance wants him to kill Deckard, who got captured by Wallace, right? Because Deckard could lead the Wallace to the resistance, which is like, okay, why would Wallace care, I guess? But like he decides to say fuck it and like he decides to die for a cause and rescues Deckard to meet his daughter, and then the movie ends a lot sorry. The movie ends very similarly to Drive, where our main character is bleeding to death from fighting like love, where he was stabbed with a very similar knife that the Albert Brooks stabbed him with in like Drive. Like the movie copies a lot from Drive if you think about it. It's a very similar story to Drive. Main character takes a job that like takes the wrong job, like sacrifices himself to save a girl, and then bleeds to death at the end of the movie. And then we're wondering if we're gonna get a sequel, which apparently there's supposed to be a Drive sequel. Besides from that, cinematography wise, the movie is fucking great. There's a lot of like cool imagery in the movie. The fashion was great. The acting was great. The story I thought was a little hit and miss there. You have like Jared Leto's performance where he plays this like blind like genius and who has this huge fucking god complex. I thought was a little over the top, but like, well, not well I thought, well, the character was over the top. I thought his performance wasn't, and I love the whole like um thing going on between him and like Love, how he manipulates Love, secretly motivates like his way of motivating her, into like telling her like like she has like, well, she's a bit insecure, right? And he tells her, hey, like, you're perfect, you're whatever, right? But really that's not true. But he does it in a way that sounds like bullshit. So like she's like super motivating and like sorry, super motivated and like just like does her best to try to like live up to like um her like creator and boss Neander Wallace, and the point where like she like emulates like him a lot. Where like, so there's a point where like, and there's a point in the movie where he tries to create like Wallace tries to create a replicant that could breed, and like like he examines her and realizes she's defective, so kills her and then like kisses her. She does the same to fucking Officer K, where like she stabs him and then kisses him, which like it must have felt like very random to him, but we the audience know like she was trying to like emulate her boss. And there's like a scene in the movie, in the first movie, where like Deckard does some detective work and he's like trying to like zoom in on a picture and he's like enhance. There's like two scenes in this movie that I felt were kind of like callbacks to that scene, which is a very which that scene does sound like that scene does sound like it like a pointless scene, and like why would people emulate it? But like there are movies and like pop culture that like reference that scene for some reason. Like if you ever seen Super Troopers, there's a scene where they reference that scene, right? And I'm sure they even do it, and like they even did it on like Family Guy once. I think they did. I'm not 100% sure. I know like Mr. Menaker did in one of his like videos, like when when Sargon did a live stream, and then like people saw that, hey, there's a folder with Jim's docs, and like Jim got Mr. Menaker had a screenshot, and then he's like enhance. So I don't know, like the movie, besides from some of the story elements that didn't make sense, like why wouldn't the replicant army, one, like their whole reason for rebellion is kind of fucking dumb, because like you got what you wanted and you're still pissed. Two, you have the thing that could free you from human oppression, like human dependency, right? And like you're just gonna keep her like secret until you're ready to rise up, and then you're gonna use her as like a figurehead for your army. Okay, let's say you do wipe out the humans, then what? You guys are eventually gonna die out, right? Because you guys can't breed. Only the half replicant girl can breed, right? They need fucking Wallace to fucking look at the one girl, which I forget her name, and like figure out how the fucking how do you make a replicant that breeds, right? Which, like, if you can make a fucking synthetic human, why the fuck can't you make a synthetic human that can breed? Like, that does not make a lot of sense to me. And one, like couldn't you just clone humans and then like use genetic manipulation to give them all the traits you want your like slave workers to have, just like what the replicants are. But whatever, right? It's a movie, so I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed the movie despite its problems. Okay, guys, peace.